Welcome to the video. Once again, today we'll study about the saturated and unsaturated carbon compound. In this video, we'll study about the different types of saturated hydrocarbon and unsaturated hydrocarbons. First, we'll learn about the compound made up of hydrogen and carbon are known as hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons we can classify it into two. The first one is saturated hydrocarbon and unsaturated hydrocarbon. First, we'll study about the saturated hydrocarbons. These are also known as alkanes. In this, carbon atoms are connected with a single bond. They are known as saturated hydrocarbons or alkane. Thus, methane, ethane, propane, butane are alkanes. The names of this saturated hydrocarbon are always end with ANE. And the general formula of hydrocarbons or alkanes is CnH2n plus 2, where n is the number of carbon atoms. We will discuss more about the saturated hydrocarbon with example. The first one, CnH2n plus 2. We know that that's the formula. When n is 1, then H equal to 2 into 1 plus 2 is equal to 4. The molecular formula is CH4 methane. When n is 2, C2H2 into 2 plus 2 is 6. These saturated hydrocarbons are normally they are not reactive. They are quite unreactive. I'll just repeat. When n is 1, then CnH2n plus 2. When n is 1, that means C1H2 into 1 plus 2. And the molecular formula is C1 2 in 2 plus 2 is equal to CH4, that is methane. Similarly, by using the same formula, we know that the general formula of alkane is CnH2n plus 2. When you take n equal to 2, that means C2H2 into 2 plus 2 is equal to C2H4 plus 2 is equal to 6, that is ethane. The hydrocarbon in which carbon atoms are connected by double bond or a triple bond are unsaturated hydrocarbon. Ethene, ethine are the two important hydrocarbon because ethene contain double bond and ethine contain a triple bond. A double bond is formed by sharing two pairs of electrons between two carbon atoms, whereas a triple bond is formed by sharing three pairs of electrons between two carbon atoms. And one important thing you have to remember is that the unsaturated hydrocarbons are obtained mostly from petroleum by the process called cracking. Hydrocarbons, as we mentioned, unsaturated hydrocarbon can be classified into two, that is double bond and triple bond. And these double bonds are known as alkene. And triple bond that carbon atom are known as alkynes. Unsaturated hydrocarbon in which two carbon atoms are connected by a double bond are called alkene. This alkene contains double bond between the two carbon atoms. That means the carbon atom share two pairs of electrons. Example, ethene C2H4. You can see here in between the carbon atom there are double bond between the carbon atom. The next, that is propene C3H6. In between carbon atom there is a double bond. Why we call alkenes? Because they have double bond between the carbon atom. The general formula of alkene is CnH2n. Let's take an example. If an alkene have two carbon atom, then C2H2 into 2. That means C2H4. Similarly, when n is equal to 3, CnH twice n will be C3H2 into 3 is equal to C3H6. And the simplest alkene is ethene, and its common name is ethylene. Let us learn the triple bond. Triple bonds are known as alkynes. These are unsaturated hydrocarbons in which the carbon atom share three pairs of electrons. Therefore, the alkyne contain a triple bond. C2H2, that is ethane, C2H4. These are an example of alkyne. If you observe carefully here, in between the carbon atom, you can see triple bond between the two carbon atoms. One amazing fact about alkyne is that there can be no alkyne having only one carbon atom. The general formula of alkyne is CnH2n minus 2, where n is the number of carbon atom. Let's discuss with few examples when an alkyne have two carbon atom in its molecule. Then C2H2 into 2 minus 2. That become C2H2. This is ethane. Similarly, when C is 3, N is 3, C3H4, that is propane. The simplest alkyne is ethane with formula C2H2. Its common name is acetylene. Alkene and alkyne are more reactive than alkane. The alkane having two carbons is called ethane. The alkene having two carbons is called ethene. The alkyne having two carbon atoms is ethine. All these compounds are covalent molecules which are formed by sharing electrons between various atoms.